Gen X, are we adults yet? We're going to go ahead and give some time and some love and some understanding and honor those and really have a Gen X understanding of what Memorial Day really is, brah.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Greg.
We are Gen X, and welcome to our podcast.
Bienvenidos a Podcasto. Welcome to our podcast.
Without internet
Or computers.
Welcome to our podcast. I want to give a shout out to all of our listeners out there. Our listeners, our audio only listeners, the core, our biggest, our largest, our most loyal fan base. We see you. We love you. We hear you. We see you guys. You guys rock, and we see every one of you. Canada, Germany, and Vietnam this month are our top countries. Yes, Canada, always coming in strong. Germany and Vietnam are the top three right now outside the United States. And, of course, within the United States, good old California, our home state. And we are in, I think, I don't know. There's only like 5 states we're not in. That middle section that freezes every year, like from the Dakotas down to the whatevers,
to
the Wyomings, into the Wyomings
and
stuff, that section.
Yep. There's no Gen X people that live there.
We don't have any listeners there, but we have them in all the other states.
They live in all the other states.
We do. All right.
Yep.
Much love to our Monday crew, those faithfuls that catch our newest episode each Monday morning. Hey, you know what I found?
Dude. What's that?
No, go ahead. Sorry, there's a little bit
I
of
was
lag.
just saying what's up to the Monday crew.
Give a shout out to those guys.
First
I
thing
found
in the morning,
this.
guys. What'd you find?
I found a soldier's prayer. I had no idea. I assumed there would be something, and there's no one official, authority kind of one prayer, but there are.
Yeah.
But there's a few that are super common that are used everywhere. You know what I
Right.
mean? So the one I found was, "Dear Lord, hold all these souls in the palm of your hand, comfort them and their families. Send angels of protection, love, and comfort to all servicemen and women still at war. Bring them home safely and comfort their families. We ask all our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen."
Amen.
That was cool. I'm like, okay, so there is a prayer. I knew there would be, right?
gotta
And
be
that wasn't right. So I found one, right? And here's why I wanted to find the prayer. And here's why I wanted to, take this moment and not just honor Memorial Day. Hey, Memorial Day, we're barbecue and all this other stuff. But Gen X kids, we were raised patriotic AF. Super. Shout out to Mike Kelly. Hella patriotic. We're hella patriotic.
Still some people that don't know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, though, because I still get text messages thanking me for my service on Memorial Day.
But you're still right. I get
So,
that.
There could be some straightening out of the difference between the two. Maybe
Let's set them straight.
Let's clear that up on the show.
Let's clear
tonight.
that up right now. All right. Veterans Day, or for all service men and women.
I'll have some
Memorial
Veterans
Day is specifically for the ones we have lost
Yeah, I don't want to be
who have lost
I don't
their
want to be
lives.
Memorial Day.
while serving. And
I'll
then
take
there's
Veterans Day,
Armed
please.
Forces Day. Oh, veterans who have served.
Yeah.
Veterans who have served. And then there's Armed Forces Day that includes everyone.
Yeah.
That's what I read.
I like, it's called Free Chili's Day.
Free Chili's Day. You get free chilies?
Free Chili's, free Denny's.
Yeah. On Armed Forces Day?
Veterans
Day.
Because if you try, there's what's that steakhouse place in Modesto? You can go get a free steak from that steakhouse,
Right.
but you'll wait there for 4 hours. Every veteran is ready to wait 4 hours for a free steak.
Right.
I'm ready
Get
to
my
walk right
steak,
into
brother.
Chili's.
Get my steak.
I'll walk straight into Chili's, get a free hamburger. No problem. I don't have to wait at all.
Gen X was raised patriotic. We were raised to love our country. We may disagree on our government, and that's okay. But we love our country. We sang hymns. We sang songs of praise. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of the eyes. You know what I mean?
Check those lyrics.
We sang that shit.
Yeah,
we sang
we
hymns.
did.
They were hymns, songs of praise
Mm-hmm.
to our country as kids. We didn't always understand the words. Amber waves of grain. I remember in one class we kind of broke it down. right? Amber was the color, grain, like wheat is that color, and then the scenery, and we broke down the Pledge of Allegiance and we broke down the national anthem. We kind of talked about that kind of stuff, right? And it was kind of neat to have that little understanding, right, with the ramparts, red glare, and or the ramparts and all that, the rockets, red glare, and all that stuff, right? Understanding what
behind it, where they were when they wrote it, a little bit
like
of
what's a
stuff.
rampart, right?
Yeah, what even is that? How do you make?
They
that
said rampart on that show, Emergency. Rampart was like headquarters, so I'm like, what the fuck is rampart?
I dare you to write a song and use the word rampart. That's what somebody said to him.
All right, I got you. Right, every morning we got to sing this.
Wait, hands on heart. You ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I went somewhere where we did the Pledge of
There's a
Allegiance.
delay, and I keep doing it wrong. Sorry about that.
There's somewhere we did the Pledge of Allegiance recently. I can't remember where I was. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I think we went to a school function and they did the Pledge of Allegiance. It was like an adult thing, and we still, I think, did the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, I am all for it, right? So I understand there was a time when it was out, or it's back in, or there was controversy, or whatever, what have you, blah, 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 blah. Point is, we were raised patriotic. We were raised, to praise and love our country. Again, government aside, country first, right? Why do we have such a great country? Why do we have the freedoms we do? Because we have the top militaries on the planet?
That's part of it.
Why? I mean, I think I'm accurate when I say there are no other military bases on our soil here, but we have military bases in almost across the entire planet. Yeah, usually around all the countries we don't want to deal with, or the ones we want to keep in check. We seem to have a lot of bases around them.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Mate.
Or any place we want to keep safe from other countries, we put a base in it. All right. And if you attack that, now you're attacking America, and then you have the might of the entire
that's it. Go ahead.
Navy, and then it's a wrap. You don't want to deal with the United States Navy, the largest Navy on the planet. No, China has the largest Navy on the planet now, I think, by ship count, by asset count. But they don't have it. They don't float, though. I'm just saying they don't have a seasoned military.
You can't put them in the water, otherwise they will sink.
But they have the numbers. They have the numbers, right?
Have the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Our Navy has the second largest Air Force. Our Navy has the second largest Air Force. The United States of America has the United States Air Force is the largest Air Force on the planet. The Navy has the second largest, yes.
So
then
two largest Air Forces on the planet.
Russia, China, Japan are all in the top 3 and 4 and stuff. So, fun fact, I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but Japan's only allowed to have defensive weapons. So,
yeah, that might have been in that thing that guy signed on that boat that day.
Yeah, when they came up behind us and said, and we turned around and said, check out this new weapon. Junk.
Ow,
junk.
You just hit him with the laser beam.
Hit him twice. And they're like, okay, we'll never have an offensive weapon again. You will never have an offensive weapon again.
We're in on that.
And we'll protect you, and we're going to take all your technology, and you basically own you, but you pay for yourself.
Just take your big bombs and go home. And you can set up some bases here too.
And who do you think set all that up? The planners in the Pentagon? Sure. All the generals over here on the mainland? Sure. But who executed it? Who carried it out? The men and women of the United States Armed Forces. And you know what happens when we lose a service member, man or woman? You know what we do? We celebrate them. We honor them. We've given them one day. Some other things get a whole month, and I don't think that's balanced. I think they should have a Veterans Month, Armed Forces Month. They wrap up all this love and praise for an entire month for our fallen soldiers, for the ones who are active, the ones who survived, and all that other stuff. Anyways, Memorial Day is for the men and women that we have lost, who have died serving their country in whatever capacity they were serving. That's what this is about. Being Gen X, being raised so damn patriotic. Do I feel for each one? Well, I mean, to some degree, yeah. Do I know them? No, I don't, of course, right? So I feel just like you feel about somebody who's died I've never met or no impact directly. But what I do honor is what they went to go do, and ultimately is part of this big machine that protects us. It's those little folks that we, I don't want to say little folks, but it's not the big brass. It's not the folks in the Pentagon over here in the middle of the United States. You know what I mean? Super safe from every bullet that could be. You know what I mean?
Those
Except that airplane that
shiny
hit.
little brass and things on their
Yes,
on their collars. Not us.
It's the folks like we went to school with. It's the you and I kind of folks. Well,
Yeah,
we're kind of
regular
old
dudes.
now, but it's real people, and they're young kids that start. It's those folks that are over there dying. It's those folks that are handling the business that these bigwigs over here are safe in the mainland. And that's what Memorial Day is all about. That's who we're honoring. So that's who we're here to say thank you to, right?
Yes,
So, May 30th, for over a century, Memorial Day was celebrated strictly on May 30th, the date initially selected because it wasn't the anniversary of any specific battle.
There's very few holidays or days on the calendar where we're not celebrating some battle that we won. So
I mean,
May 30th.
we're a military country. We do fight.
30th.
We do fight.
We used to have more holidays like that. Then they went with the adjustable holiday where it was like the third Thursday. Somebody came up with that third Thursday system, and we started using that for things. Like the third after the third Thursday after the full moon.
Well, so that one is like an old biblical. That's Easter, right? That's an Easter thing. That's why it's always different.
Yeah, probably the ones that are moon based are, yeah.
So I'll admit I think I was probably in my 30s when I finally learned that like Thanksgiving was a rule and not a date like Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm like, it always changed. I never really understood, never really paid attention. I'm like, it's always the last Thursday. That's why the day. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah. I remember one year when we were kids, we had Easter on my sister's birthday in March. And it was kind of weird because Easter's always on a different day. And
It's something like the first full moon after the last Friday, 3 weeks after my birthday.
Right.
Yes.
I
don't know the rule. I don't know the rule.
Formula.
But I do know this rule. The Monday Holiday Act in 1971, Congress officially shifted the observance to the last Monday of May to create a convenient 3-day federal weekend. So another rule-based date.
Yeah, at some point we got a Congress in that was like, let's make 3-day weekends out of all of our holidays. And
I'd do it.
Because we used to get like Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday, and now they just call it President's Day.
Correct. We got them though.
Yeah, we did. That was one of our benefits. 2 weeks in a row, 3-day weekends.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty good. Right?
Sick.
Americans spend over $1.6 billion on meat alone for Memorial Day. Let's talk about all the good food and the sausage and all the briskets and all the burgers and all the dogs,
man,
all the tri-tips for all the West Coasters, all the briskets for you Southern folk. I don't know what you Northern folk do. I don't know what's your.
Did
food?
you do something for Memorial Day this year?
Yeah, we made tacos. I cooked outside. I love cooking outside. Yes.
Outside tacos on the Blackstone.
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
I got the prepared chicken and the beef. Threw them down on each side and just grilled them up. Did the tortillas in the middle. Just served right from the grill. Here's your plate. Here's your plate. Here's your food.
There's a lot of places in the country that don't have the Mexican meat markets like we have here, where we can just walk in and it's already all spiced up meat. You can go get pre-spiced up chicken. You just throw it straight on the grill and make tacos out of it.
It gets proportionally worse the further from the Mexican border you go.
Yeah, the farther north.
The farther any direction. Well, Texas has the Tex-Mex. They have their own.
Yeah, they say something
like that flavor. But then you leave Texas and I think gets into that southern stuff more than Mexican stuff, right?
Yeah.
Then your Midwest is definitely not feeling that Mexican stuff. And
I couldn't imagine having Mexican food in Wisconsin.
I would expect a nice taqueria
You
out
think
there
it would
to
be
do
good?
well. And
Yeah.
and what I hear is that all the Mexican food, like out there on the East Coast and shit, just sucks. I'm like, how can it suck? You just make it.
Yeah, it's like-
make it. You just make it. It doesn't suck. You just make it.
Yeah, do you not have cumin or like? I mean,
I don't know. I guess it sucks.
there's like 6, 7 spices that makes all of the Mexican food.
You know what? Maybe they think Taco Bell is the standard and they go from that. I don't know.
Right. That's what's wrong. Dude, that's
65.
1.6 billions.
Yeah.
At what average $5, $6 a pound? That's a lot of meats.
That's a lot of meats. 65 to 75% of Americans plan to host or attend a holiday cookout, making it the second largest grilling day of the year behind 4th
of July.
4th of July, homie. That's right. 4th of July.
The other most patriotic holiday ever.
Here's what Americans spend their money on. They say Americans eat roughly 71 million hot dogs on Memorial Day alone. 818 hot dogs consumed every second. Good Lord, somebody out there is devouring fucking hot dogs.
Have you seen that guy that just goes?
They like the hot dog eating contest?
Yeah. No. Like the whole, he just
Mhm.
eats the dogs and he can just inhale them and then he can go.
They just slide.
and spit them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can go both ways with them.
Yeah, weird. I bet he can. I believe you. Total consumption of beef over the 3-day weekend reaches a staggering 55.8 million pounds. That's my Jim Carrey impression.
Million.
Liar, liar. Yeah. 148.8 million burgers. If all that meat were converted to a standard 6-ounce burger patty, it would equal about 148.8 million burgers. But you know what? A lot of that's brisket. A lot of that, for at least on the West Coast or tri-tip.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of burgers and all that other shit, and a lot of good sausages and stuff, and there's other cuts of meat and stuff too. But the top meats are hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, steak or ribs. That's it, steak or ribs.
Yeah, I had
Tri-tip doesn't even make it. Brisket doesn't even make it. People out there
Memorial
grill
Day,
steaks.
New York steak,
The grilled
and
steak is hella
macaroni
good.
and cheese.
Potato chips, tortilla chips, party snacks, produce, millions of pounds of fresh sweet corn and watermelons are purchased. Hella corn, elote,
Can't wait
with
for
all the
that.
yummies on it. Mhm.
Yes.
Anything you'd find in a thing of nachos, you can put on an ear of corn. Ribeyes are the bomb. Anything you can put in a burrito, you can put on an ear of corn. That is delicious.
Or baked potato. The taco trucks around here started doing the baked potatoes with burritos.
those loaded baked potatoes like that.
Oh,
Delicious.
so good, dude.
Memorial Day ranks the second highest beer selling holiday in the United States, trailing behind
4th of July.
4th of July.
We drink a lot of beer.
All right, so that's what Americans do on Memorial Day. But what's Memorial Day about? What can we connect with the people that have died? Is there a way to understand or appreciate the staggering amount of people who have died in service for the United States military since its inception?
Cheapers.
We can talk about World War I, 1914 to 1918. This is only 4 years, guys. This is World War I. People were literally fighting with bolt-action rifles, bayonets, primitive machine guns, hand-to-hand, and tanks that you would kind of just die inside anyway. There was not a lot of technology. It was like brute strength still.
Yeah, still brute
Right?
force. Everything was
Saving Private
heavy.
Ryan, I think, was World War II. I think, right? That's D-Day, Normandy, all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? But I also understand from a lot of different professionals that's very, very accurate as far as the detail and what it looked like, smelled like, felt like. It was pretty accurate as far as capturing those kinds of things. So,
Renee's
anyways,
grandfather stormed the beaches of Normandy.
oh, yes, where's that at? Put that up there. Teddy Duchamp.
She's related to Teddy Duchamp.
I should have had that clip. He's crazier than a shithouse rat.
One
My
of the
father
meanest
saw
things-
on the beach in
one of the
Normandy.
meanest things ever said in a movie.
He took your ear and he put it to the stove and he burnt it off. He got sent home medically. Okay.
Yeah, bullet wound. Sent home medically.
Nice. It means
Dude,
he've lived.
a lot of guys, dude. That was World War II or World War One.
World War One.
Gnarly, like you said, dude, brute force. It was
Total
just-
estimated death range 15 million to 22 million people, which includes 9 to 11 million military personnel and at least up to 6 to 13 million civilians.
yeah.
Holy shit. Half of those could have been civilians.
Yeah, how many is that dudes per hour? That's insane,
Have you ever-
dude.
Have you ever watched any of those old movies or the new movies about the old wars and how when they would go bomb shit, they would just send over 100 bombers and the bombardier would actually take over the plane at the last moment and they would just fly in the face of like all the anti-air and flak and all the fighters. And then they were just trying to home in and use all this technology to get the crosshairs looking live over the ground. So they had to do it to where they could see and say, okay, we're here, and then release the buttons and bombs away. And then they communicate that to all the other bombardiers and they don't bombs away. And so they just carpet bomb the entire city. If they're trying to go for like manufacturing facility or something that was building like subs or weapons and they're trying to bomb that shit, they took out the entire area, just carpet bomb. So residents and, you see Saving Private Ryan again, they're running through the cities. They're running through demolished entire like neighborhoods and shit, like in rubble. People were, that's that shit, right? That's how you lose that many civilians. That's what I was getting the point to. 13 million civilians, right? The Allied powers suffered the highest combat losses, totaling approximately 5.4 million military deaths. Russia, 2.25 million. France, 1.3, 1.4, somewhere in there. Great Britain and its empire lost roughly 750,000, not even a million people, those guys. The United States, 116,000 service members, nearly half of these deaths caused by the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic rather than combat. Good Lord.
Yeah, dude. That's
We
a
got-
gnarly World War
Got our
One
ass
was.
kicked by the flu, bro. No wonder we're so afraid of COVID.
That dude. You just go get this disgusting Spanish flu in some trench in France somewhere, and then just
Die
in the mud.
Die in the mud. Hopefully somebody grabbed your dog tags so that
Right.
you could be
They could at least tell
make
your
it to some
parents,
list so your family
Yeah.
could know. Yeah,
right,
hopefully.
where you were. Gnarly.
Dang, Renee, military family. Love this. Dad was in Vietnam. Ex-husband Marine, Desert Storm. Nice. Son's Marine. I see that online. Dad's cousin. No, that's awesome. Share as much as you want, man. That's freaking cool, Renee.
It's
Thank
the
you.
Memorial Day episode.
And you know what? And thank you to your family, dude. Like again, I'm out and loud and proud about loving our military. So they're badass, dude. I love our weaponry. I love our hardware. I love our intelligence. I love all the cool. We have a discombobulator. We have a discombobulator, guys. Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, that's what we used in Venezuela. That's what it was called. It's called a discombobulator. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
news said it made like 200 people like so sick or nauseated. They were throwing up blood. They were just incapacitated. And a team
Yeah.
of like what, 20 or 40 went in and took out hundreds of those guys without even, without.
Yeah,
Whatever.
the story from the guy that was one of the bad guys that was supposed to be guarding. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. See how
And then and the news was calling it a discombobulator. So we have that.
I mean, yeah, Calvin had one, and now our military has one, right?
Yep. He had the transmorgifier. It's kind of the same. Well, it's not the same thing. Anyways, so okay, World War II. Oh, the Ottoman Empire, Turkey. That sounds cool. The Ottoman. They should have left their name, the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah,
325,000 military deaths. All right, World War II, 1939 to 1945. All right, this war's a little bit longer. 70 million to 85 million total deaths, with civilians making up the vast majority, really 50 to 55 million.
Because same
the
thing.
casualties.
We still didn't figure out how to bomb things. Now we can hit a bomb on a doorknob. But back then, like you said, we were just spray and
Plowing.
pray. Yeah, just drop it.
Plowing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We weren't that good back then.
No, and we were pretty precision. Precision now.
Very much by centimeters.
I think once we got out of the battleship era and the Tomahawk, like in the Desert Storm era, right? The Desert Storm really was a showcase for the Tomahawk, and I think that was the last time a battleship ever fired a shot. I think was there. Tomahawks were ground hugging, and they could fly through terrain and follow valleys and fly up over and down again. You know, they were maneuverable. So
man,
a battleship's range, I think, was
a Roadrunner missile, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We invented the missiles from the cartoons we watched when we were kids. Seriously.
Yes, it says Acme on the side.
Some guy was like,
he's got a fucking coyote on it. Yes, there's a coyote on it.
Some engineer.
100%.
I'm just going to make it.
A battleship, I think the range was 16 miles, and a Tomahawk is like 1,500 or some shit.
Yeah.
It can deliver that. It can fly that bullet over there now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to shoot it from a gun.
We still do a lot of that, though. We do still do a lot of carpet bombing with those big naval guns. You're just shooting. You're just lobbing things in. Artillery rounds the size of a boat.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
A-10s, the Warthog, man. Yeah, they're over there wreaking havoc over there in the Persian Gulf right now, over in the Strait. They're the ones taking out all the boats, all the little speedboats and shit, because they can fly low.
And we didn't even have helicopters until Vietnam.
Dude, they're armed to the teeth too. They got Hellfires and all that good shit. They do. They have all the good shit. I'm telling you. You know what I like to do? I swear to God, I love doing this. Go on Google Earth and then open up a Google page. I sound like a boomer. And open up a page and search for Air Force bases in the United States and just start looking for those bases on Google Earth, and then start looking at those bases and checking out all the aircraft that are parked at these bases in the United States, right? You love our military shit? You want to go to a cool spot to go see what we have parked? That's
like a show of force.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the rest of them are underground or something in hangars and stuff. Those stuff that they don't want you to see, they just don't want you to see.
No, they can just not make it.
Like when you're a rich guy, you keep a couple cars parked out in your driveway, but then you got that big garage that holds 40 cars, and you just keep all your good stuff in there.
Yeah, trying to show that shit off.
Right.
Mm-hmm. China lost an estimated 20 million people in World War II. Poland, United States, 500,000 people with fewer than 2,000 civilian casualties. That must have been the Pearl Harbor scene. Civilian. Well, maybe there's other after we started fighting Japan. So
yeah,
I don't know what our civilians be doing. American civilians living abroad, I guess, right? Those killed.
American civilian deaths. Really?
Maybe.
World War II. Thank you, Renee.
Japan lost 2.1 military personnel and roughly 580,000 to 730,000. Fuck, that's not funny. I know why that number's here, though. Roughly 580,000 on the first one and maybe 730,000 on the second one.
But those guys were also kamikaze, like flying planes into our boats and stuff, too. They
came over and bombed us, bro. They brought us into World War II. They're the ones who, I don't know. I think we were already fighting over there a little bit, or maybe we're kind of sitting it out, or we were doing something. I don't know. I'm not the expert. There's so many experts out there. But what we all know is they snuck up and said, "Pow!"
Yeah, I think there was some shit talking going on, and then it was a little bit like a sucker punch, but we kind of dared them to do it. It's like, I dare you to do it, and then we turn our back and we let them some sucker punch us. So it's not like we didn't know.
And then we got to nuke them.
Jeepers, bro.
Yeah, bro. That was a big deal.
But yeah, we got this brand new thing we just invented 2 weeks ago. Want to try it?
I'll try it out a couple times. I think go fly one over there.
I think it was like 2 weeks, dude. 10 days or something crazy after that was put together. We figured out how to split an atom. We were like, oh yeah, let's just
where did I put my chisel
off? Yeah.
Shout out to Yahoo Serious. Remember that shit?
Well, why is that? What is that? What's
Yahoo Serious. That was young Einstein. He played young Einstein, and he split the beer out molecule and put bubbles in beer. Marie Curie told him, you need to do something, and he goes in a little shed, and he's like, okay, no, you just hear him. Now, where's my chisel? And you hear tink, tink, and he split the beer out of him with the fucking chisel. The shed blew up. Young Einstein.
Young Einstein? That's
Wasn't
the movie?
That was young Einstein with Yahoo Serious, right?
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
Yes.
Right?
1988 Australian comedy film. Yeah, the fantasized account of the life of Albert Einstein. Awesome. Yeah, he split the beer molecule. I wonder what happened to that guy. Yahoo Serious. His name's Greg. Where is he now?
Who? Yahoo Serious?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you remember the Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975.
Yeah,
it was never actual declared war. I think it was a policing action. I don't think Congress ever declared war in the Vietnam conflict, correct?
We have not declared war since World War II.
And we were over there supporting the South Vietnamese army or government or whatever it was. And we were in armed conflict with the North Vietnamese army, the NVA, or the Viet Cong, correct?
We should have Don back on the show.
We could dig out some of his audio too, right? Suffered the heaviest military losses, North Vietnam and the Viet Cong in the war, estimated 1.1 million communist combatants killed. I like how they called them communist combatants because they're not necessarily military.
Yeah.
It's just how we wrote it up. Because we killed farmers and shit too.
Yeah,
we killed like almost anybody we wanted, I think.
Burned villages.
Mm-hmm. So, South Vietnam, the Republic of Vietnam, lost 200,000 to 250,000 military personnel. And I thought this number would be bigger for us, but 58,220 for the United States. I thought that number would be larger, but I'm not saying it's small, but I guess maybe, from Hollywood, I just assumed it would be bigger. But
average 58,000, 23 years old.
No, 19. No, 19. I'm going to jump that clip in real quick. Clip in. Paul Hardcastle.
In 1965, Vietnam seemed like just another foreign war, but it wasn't. It was different in many ways, and so were those who did the fighting. In World War II, the average age of the combat soldier was 26. In Vietnam, he was 19. In Vietnam, he was 19. In Vietnam, he was 19.
Raise your hand if you remember that banger.
Max Headroom?
Yeah, pretty much. Paul Hardcastle, he's like an English folk, I think, somewhere across the water. He's like a techno DJ or someone, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. From what I understand, I could be wrong. My dad was Navy. He was on rivers. He was exposed to Agent Orange. Oh my God, that shit was horrible.
Yeah, dude,
I have a lot of friends whose dads, honestly, were basically died of cancer because of Agent Orange.
Yeah,
there's a lot of my friends that's happened to their dads.
Yeah, you can't just breathe whatever you want and then expect to live for a really long time.
And just hand you a bunch of chemicals and go here.
Yeah, if they spray you like a rat, then you might get poisoned. Agent Orange is gnarly, dude.
South Korea lost 5,000 soldiers. Australia lost 526. Thailand lost 351. New Zealand chipped in a whopping 37. That would suck. Out of that entire war, New Zealand could have just stepped out, but no, 37 people had to go die.
37, New Zealand.
37. That's fucked up. They could have just not went. And the war would not have. I'm not sure any one of those 37 fired a significant shot.
Yeah, how many
a war-changing shot?
Out? What was the New Zealand ratio?
Where did those guys go fight?
Yeah,
they sent them
37.
This is the Vietnam War. This is Vietnam. New Zealand.
36 of them died on a plane on the way there, and then one dude caught the Spanish flu.
after he crash
They
landed.
never even made it to battle.
We're not laughing at the fallen soldiers. We're just making jokes. Civilians, an estimated 2 million civilians were killed across North and South Vietnam, alongside roughly 273 in Cambodia, good Lord, and 62 in Laos. 62,000.
We just go war, and then we just go kill people.
Ugh. Good
War.
God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. That's how that goes.
Even if you don't get Congress to declare wars, you just go, I declare, what do we call it? A military
Some war.
operation. It's a military operation. It's
That
not
says-
really a war.
So Congress just goes up and has a big thumb war, and whoever wins, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not a war. Can't fund
Not a
it.
war.
We can only fund it so much. And then you have to figure it out. Then you have to ask the Pentagon for money. They got money.
It's a military conflict. It's not a war.
We're not at war. War would be different.
That would be crazy.
We're just
We got a
gonna
war
try
on
out,
drugs.
We're
though.
gonna try out the F-35s and the discombobulator.
We're just
Come
gonna
on.
war on drugs, and then we're gonna war on terror.
Could you imagine how that conversation went? All the powers that be. It's like, hey, we have this new weapon, probably reverse engineered from alien tech.
Which
It's
one?
called a discombobulator, and basically makes everybody throw up within a 1 mile radius.
Yeah, it makes them blind and dizzy.
Throws up
and
blood, and they
throw
can't
up,
move around.
and then they fall over.
Yes. Then you can just walk up and shoot them.
Like the guys come to my house every couple months, and then they spray all the bug spray around the outside of my house, and then for the next few days, I see dead bugs when I walk out in the morning. They're on my front porch kicking. That's what it does to them.
Yes.
It's like you're a dead bug on the front porch. You just sit there and kick. I think that dude said people were screaming and stuff, like their brains were melting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's horrible.
So we could just send out some kind of nuclear.
I think we microwaved them.
Yeah, microwave.
I think we put their head in a fucking microwave, and that's what
I
happens.
saw some guys after that. When they do stuff and they've got that like a Humvee parked there, and it's just got a big radar dish on the top of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that that's what that is, and we just have those parked. We just haven't used them yet. It's like if any of these riots get out of control in Minneapolis, they could just have that thing go discombobulate the entire population.
Blah.
And everyone would just fall over like cockroaches for 15 minutes.
Do you remember a few years back? It's been quite a few years back. I think we had offices in Cuba, and there were some of our people. I don't know if they were military or just whatever. Anyways, our people over there were starting to get sick and experience symptoms just like this combobulator thing. They called it the Havana syndrome. Do you remember the Havana syndrome?
Havana syndrome.
The symptoms are exactly like what they described that this combobulator does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. Well, I can't say it's the same thing, but they've been working on it this long. Now it's military grade. Now it's attached to a freaking helicopter.
Is that what Valley Fever is too?
Oh,
They're just microwaving us here in the Valley.
maybe. Just saying.
Yeah, dude, we got something. That somebody asked Donald Trump about it. He was just like, "Oh, Donald Trump doesn't know anything about this military technology that you speak of."
Yeah.
He's like,
And
we
for
have
good
some
reason.
He's like, "Yeah, I think we have some pretty fun things," but he wasn't telling him what it was either.
No.
So they just
And
had to
rightfully
make up
so.
a name.
No. Yeah, you get to make up the discombobulator. I mean,
That's what happens when you let the press name it. That's not what it would be called if you let the Marines name it.
no. It would have like a dash. It would be an acronym with a dash
It'd have
and some variant name afterwards.
yeah, some
The
filthy
A21.
nickname too.
You would have a filthy nickname. Yes. You face fucker.
5,000.
The face melter XJ2000. Fucks the back of your face. We're adults. It's the end of the show, so we can curse. We can drop the F-bomb. So, anyways, just a quick recap. Yes, we barbecue. Yes, we spend time, and yes, we go. We throw up the hearts and flags and all the fun stuff on
JCPenney sales too.
JCPenney sales
white
on
sale.
Memorial Day
At Towel
the big-
World.
At Towel World. That's how they go to the big white sale. Where at Towel World? Yeah. Valley fever is spores in the ground.
It is us getting microwaved. That's what causes the spores in the ground because we're microwaving it.
The discombobulator. That's what's happening. So Memorial Day is to honor those who have lost their lives. Some gave some gave all. We're honoring the ones that gave all. They ultimately gave their life for whatever service they were providing, right? Our military is our military. It doesn't matter what you do. You're in, you're in. You went through your basic training, you swore in, and whatever job or duty you have, no matter where you're stationed, yes, even in the Pentagon, which does, I guess it's the purpose, but it's nowhere near a battlefront. So I want to go love the guys closer to the front lines. You know what I mean? And all the logistics and all the support folks. You know what I mean? I get that. Have you ever watched them launch like tanks and boats and, you know, armored personnel carriers and shit out of the back of us like a C-130 or something, or not the C-130, whatever the Galaxy Globemaster. Yeah. Once the back end opens up, they just dunk and they can just airdrop stuff.
Yeah, I got to be those guys.
You got to be those guys. You know how cool that is? You know how cool? They just kind of like, you know, hobble right out the back and whoosh, after all their gear just fucking parachutes right out the back of a fucking perfectly good airplane. Mm-hmm. It's good shit, man. Mm-hmm. That's good shit, man. So once again, you know, we honor those who died because Gen X was raised so dang patriotic with the songs we sang, with the movies we had, with the heroes we had, with the toys we had, and just all the imagery. Russia was the bad guys. And we had Bruce Springsteen as children. And, you know, hey, little girl, is your daddy home?
Not that Bruce Springsteen. You all alone. That other Bruce Springsteen. That's creepy, Bruce. I'm talking about patriotic.
I'm on fire. You know why I didn't like that song when it was out and new? Because it was on MTV. I'm an MTV fucking kid like the rest of us. And it was a stupid song, and I had to wait for that video to be over to catch the next one, hoping it was a good video.
Yeah, it was a bad song and a bad video.
He's driving, right? Like in a car, and he's all loaded. Kind of like the scene from Pulp Fiction. That's what I remember. He's like driving across town. Ooh,
boring.
If you got state line, we can get him felonies. Excuse me, everybody. This man came to meet a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Love those
Bruce
videos.
Is a big plus now. He used to be the man back in 1985, though.
He with Courtney Cox up on stage.
Boss man. Bullshit. But yeah. Now he's a big poos.
He's a big poos. That's going to do it for our show tonight, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Again, shout out to our audio-only guys. A shout out to those who follow us faithfully each and every episode, or at least a couple of times a month. We love you guys. Thank you for spending your time with us. That's going to do it for us. My name is Jason.
And I'm Greg.
Peace out, everybody.
Late.
Oh my God, you want to hear a cool story? So